coffee. I'll be right back. You guys stay tuned. All right? She's always flirting with me. I think I'm gonna be ready for my client soon. So yeah, you can
Bro.
how you been? I haven't seen you guys in so long.
One time when I was born.
Huh?
One time when I was born. I was born in the morning.
His birthday's in September. Close the door.
All right, guys. It's time to take our first clients here. Okay, guys. Can you do me a favor, Brian? Can you push that one chair back and these two closer so they will be closer? Yeah, push that over. And that one over. There. Nope, that's good.
Please subscribe, y'all. Please subscribe. Dr. Bishop is on his way with his client. It's time to bash time. He's on his third box now.
Guys, I think we're in code green.
Code green, baby. Hell yeah.
It's always code green.
Code green, you know
Code
what that
green with
means.
Dr. Bishop. Always.
Code green, you know what that means.
You can let out your feelings
It's
here.
gonna be code red in a minute. That's a wig, bro. Is that a wig or is that her hair?
Oh, Maurice, don't tell him about that. Don't tell her about that time. Come on. Needless to say, her cookies are delicious. They're delish. Definitely are delicious. Okay, guys. I'm gonna meet my first client, Miranda. Try to find her. Get to work. Guys, this is not going to be an easy one here. I gotta go get him. I'll be right there. Hold on. I'm coming to get him. Coming with you. Coming with you. This is Luis, yeah. This is Luis. Yes, that's Lorraine and Luis. Yeah. All right, guys. Wow, we're here again. Um, let's get this angled right here for you guys. The angle is kind of off here, guys. There we go, right there. You can kind of get there you go. All right, we're good. All right, good, guys. Wow. Yeah, here again. High five. Yeah. Let's go. Right there. Right there. Come on. Hey, repeat this in there. I need some hand sanitizer for some hand sanitizer? Oh, it's my busy time though. Make sure my hands are clean here. Remember? Yes. Remember the ordeal? I don't want to let you go. I don't want you to go. Let me go. Ah! True, man. True.
No,
Judy?
no, we need Captain Food. We do it sometimes.
So you know the secret handshake between my bond and me and Captain George.
It's a shared bond. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Wow.
This is great.
Okay. Let's see what we can go out there. All right, so you guys are back. What's going on here? How did we end up here? What's going on? Terry, you're back. What happened to Baba G?
Well, I don't know. We just suggested that we should give this a go this rising, and that's why we're here.
Really? Okay, we need to get Baba G in here. Can you get Baba G, please?
We were all live earlier.
Really?
Things started unfolding.
Really? You guys got me. I came here at the Okay, yeah, I got in here as soon as I could. You guys called me in an emergency.
Yeah, I know I texted you urgently. Chief, we just thought it was a good idea. Let's just take it to Dr. Bishop. It seems to be getting out of hand, and we know Dr. Bishop has answers for us.
Well, I'm Dr. Bush.
Yes. I'm thinking from that.
Oh,
I think
right, of course. So let's go over here. Here you're suggesting that Baba G said you guys should be together.
Yeah, that's the last thing I heard. Basically, he was saying that.
Zoka, how do you feel about that?
How am I feeling about the polygamy situation for the second time? I'm kind of, I have a Saturn and Scorpio in Aries, so I have to go through things because I know that
Right.
issues. And right now, I'm like, hey, let's see if they're meant to be, because if it's meant to be, it will last. Like how I feel about Solar. I'm just, if something's supposed to be, it will be. It will last, no matter what it goes through.
Which has been consistent over 2 years. We talked about this before. You said you feel like you belong with Solar and Zoka should move on with her life, and that you believe that you should be with Solar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that what you're saying now again?
It was brought back up, and when Baba G was saying that, I said, yeah, like that, that's what I did feel, and I was suppressing it, and I actually was trying to forget about that perspective that I had.
What were you saying?
literally, I would say like I was feeling like Zoe that I really belonged with him. Like that's my soulmate, twin flame, my husband, father of my kids. I've seen it in dreams many times, and that's what I felt in my heart. I felt like he was an interference because you would like even though we tried, it was like when we tried, he didn't really want me in it. And then, when I was like, nah, like I don't want it back, so I want it to myself now. So that's why, all that happened.
Hold on. You're saying that you want him to yourself. You don't want to put anything. You want him to
Yeah,
yourself.
after we tried it and I saw how it went, and I now know the feelings that she had towards me and everything like that, and I saw it was hindering even his thoughts.
You guys call in, guys. Call in. I know you want to call in. Get in the queue right now.
Yeah, because he
So
doesn't
you're not last on the list.
Right, he doesn't want to lose you because
How do you feel about that?
It's interesting. I think she's actually very accurate about that. At first, I think our relationship was definitely very toxic, very toxic. Me and Zoe, when the time she came in initially, it was not good. It was definitely not a time to bring a whole another person in, for sure. So everything that happened, I see it. It makes sense. As far as where I'm at now, I want both of them. Should I?
Well, let me ask you this. Was it toxic then?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be toxic now?
Well, ourselves so often. We don't have to be here.
You didn't have to be there before. If something's good for you, it's good for you. Because it's good for you.
what?
We're on a spiritual journey, right? Everything's always going to be peaches and cream in a relationship, especially when it's one that's bringing up generational curses. I think that's a good relationship. And it's just all blood and glory and rainbows and kisses. I don't think
Is the
that's
relationship that you're having with him bringing that up on his own?
real. Yes,
Is that coming up regardless?
it is, but to an
Isn't
extent.
it going to come up regardless? Because you're on a spiritual journey. You came on a spiritual journey on your own, right?
Yes,
On your own.
on my own.
So that means that you're going to get your challenges regardless.
Anyway.
Right.
Right. That's it.
You told me you didn't want to go back to solar. Why the change of mind now? Why not go back to where you were and let the tear you had first shot? Why? Not even try it out. Just let it go. Let it go.
Okay.
You went all the way there. You guys lost
And
your
get
child.
out.
Yeah. And you've discovered things about Solar. You said that you didn't know before. But his new, yeah, right? And
He has a new reading with his new astrology with his sun,
I see some Aries move.
you've seen things about him that made you understand things.
Yeah.
And that was what enabled you to let it go. And the situation coming to an end of a cycle. And you're back now.
Yeah, because
You feel like you're reliving certain things that you already lived.
I'm trying to relive him, but he's doing something different. So I'm stuck because I have not.
Could it mean that the relationship's just not meant to be and you're trying to force something rather than let it flow, be there and be aggressive? Could it be that they belong together?
It could be. But aren't they polygamous? But it's me doing it when they have to do with anything.
Because you're not
Either
developed.
man or woman.
You're not developed yet on your own. He's having a hard time doing it for you. And you don't want to do it for yourself. Seems like even though you're back, you're still having these complications. Even after the baby. I mean, at what point do you take time to yourself and develop yourself?
I
You
guess
tried the polygamy.
sometimes a limit.
You tried the polygamy. If you can't do monogamy, you're not going to be able to do polygamy.
Right. I mean, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying to you? Polygamy makes things worse. If it's already issues monogamously,
With me.
yeah, polygamy is going to make it 10 times worse.
Understood.
Actually, a healthy polygamous relationship starts with a healthy monogamous one. Before you add something to your situation, you have to establish what you have already. You have not established that yet. You're trying that. It's not happening. How often are you having to have conflict? So,
Every day. Every day.
is it every day now?
Yes, and just to
Does it seem
highlight
like it's
something-
getting a little worse?
No.
Just saying.
Like I said, I'm not going to take it away from her. She grows. She's doing better. She's doing better. And I think that
We do have a better environment now.
Well, how I handle her is different. I don't handle her the same way I used to. The way I
Well, you're
used
in a different environment now.
regardless, I'm gonna like who I was then.
The environment, the people around, it affects the situation.
Definitely.
But you're coming into the same thing.
Let her go.
You can't do it for
Terry
Zoe.
needs to go.
I think you talk
Zoe has
about
to
that
do
all
it
the
for
time.
herself. Now, I want to ask you a question. Do you think you would have less of a hard time with Terry? Honestly, knowing her personality, knowing her development, and maybe she's a little older, her self-development, do you think it would be an easier time dealing with her? And that's an honest question. Looking for an honest and easier. Simple. What I'm saying is a greater understanding, less argument, less complication, more cooperation for the goal of a relationship and coordination. Because a relationship should have a goal. Definitely. Should be utilized for a goal.
Right. Good question. Immediately, I think yes. Immediately, I think yes. And then I start to think, well, I don't know what else could happen. I don't know what she.
If I'm talking about two people you know, and the maturity levels.
She presents herself very mature. She presents herself that way. Capricorn Ascendant. You just put one thing in there, it turns into tears.
Solar, this is part of the reason why Zoka has a problem with you. You have a problem tapping into your true self. And you come off phony. Or as if you're trying to be something that you're not. She's trying to get you to face you and be you. And right now, I'm asking you to be totally transparent, vulnerable, not be an asshole. You know what you're doing. You're trying to keep it up there. Well,
No, I think it'll be easier. I do.
that's the answer that we know you want to say. Am I right, ladies? So why are we going around it? We know the
I'm
answer.
adding more to it. That's what it is. I think it would be easier. with it.
So you would think that that would be more conducive for the collective.
Yeah, she's very teachable. Very teachable. Very moldable.
Right. And your relationship with her would probably maybe be more conducive for the outcome of what we're trying to get done here.
Less hiccups, less resistance. Yeah.
And so when you think about you and the Terry, there's a sense of cooperation there more than you and Zoka.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of harmony. It's a
Harmony,
lot of
okay.
harmony.
Okay. So what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to create understanding? Or are we trying to still deal with conflict? We can deal with conflict with me. On a regular basis. It should not be hard for someone to do what they're supposed to do. So which relationship is better for the collective? Unitary, you and Zoka, or Unitarians? Take your time. Take your time and think about that. Not what's best for yourself, but what's better for everyone. Right, things that make you say,
More harmony.
For you, we know both. That's a selfish decision.
Yes.
That's an inward selfish decision. But for the collective of the nation and all that was in
Yeah.
a lot of energy.
Keep the energy.
No, you guys, is it coming through that window? You can open that one.
If you want to get your cancel on, if what's best for the nation would be a harmonious relation, no hiccups, no issues.
Well, not about, there always will be hiccups and issues, but it shouldn't be so current.
So
It should be growth. It cannot be growth when it's so current. You understand?
My God, he don't
it's
let
like with material, I have to predict. With Zoka, I have to.
You know what you're gonna do.
I have to kind of go
Zoka
against.
get that wine and spill it in Terry's face right
What I
now.
want to say is that I see growth. So, I
I
like
hear
Tilly.
about her. We're talking about objectivity.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Objectively, I see growth. It's less that I have to do.
Could you keep a look at this? We'll make mark the marks.
Less. With material, you can project. I can project less situations, which that's how we have to have.
We're gonna make nurses.
So harmony.
So,
Growth that I have.
right, and that makes it even more of a bad idea to have both of them.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? Let's take a call.
Sorry, my
Hey,
phone
Queen, how you
overheated.
doing? How's it going? Losing connection there. Oh. Hello. Hello, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
I think that that's a dangerous situation if you stick with the two of them.
Absolutely.
I really do.
That's good. She's
I-
very toxic. We can see that from a mile away.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
He has to choose one. Who are you going with?
Zoka.
Zoka.
You going with Zoka?
I-
You guys,
I
press
choose
1 if you
Zoka,
want to
too.
see him with Zoka.
They
press
just
2
got
if you
back
wanna see him with
together.
Terry. Make it go across the screen here.
There you go. 1. All Zoka, bro.
Oh,
Everybody here is saying Zoka.
Yes.
I say Zoka.
Nature work could keep Natiri, bro.
All right.
What your boy wants, Zoka.
Both is definitely not good for my functions as far as what I need done and my responsibilities for solar running the camp. But I'm not here. It's not comfortable. Thank you for answers. How do you feel about it?
Hell no. I'm thinking about it.
Have you learned? That's your opinion?
She's into and got a project due on the 10th. Today's the last day of my math class. So we'll got a final grade. He said he's ending class for the seniors week. Today's seniors last day.
All right. Thanks for calling out.
Today's seniors last 4 days and they have this tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. And so he said today's our last day for math class. He's still gonna be taking work, but there's no work.
Peace, guys.
Math class.
How's it going?
Hey, Mocha.
I have been following all of y'all for a while, and I think definitely I agree with Dr. Bishop that, picking both of them would be detrimental to the trial. But I don't know, the mystery with him picking the Terry kind of makes me uneasy as well. Even though him and Zoka are still working on their relationship, at least you know what you're gonna get.
I think that their relationship is over. I think that Zoka and Solar's relationship it's over.
No, it's not.
I think that he's being presented with something new and a new opportunity, and it's time for a new season for his life. I think you need to let go of those that overgive him.
Oh
My
my.
personal view about it. I believe that.
Yep.
It's time to let it go. The baby let you
Yeah. Well, you are the expert, Dr. Bishop, and I know that, you and Baba G are going to come together and decide what's best for the tribe, and make that, help them make that ultimate decision. So we'll just all wait and see.
All right.
That was all love and peace.
Okay. Cool.
I feel like someone doesn't want me without. So I think he wants both of us. That's how I feel. Like if he
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel uncomfortable. It makes me feel like I will be paying this thing starting off. Maybe he'll get somewhere down the line, but starting off he's gonna be missing her. He doesn't have some room. Can't let go. All this other stuff. So I'm just like, anxious about that.
So, this is your love of your life, and there's something there already that is interfering with what you call your soul match connection.
Yes.
Either you can't take both because of Zoka.
You know, I met with it.
Yeah.
And this is what I say to her, behind closed doors. This is what I talk to her about. This is not like we never talk about this. It's what I talk to Zoka about. Is that I've learned to respect her. She says to it, Zoka, to expect perfection from her all the time doesn't even make sense.
What if I said that about you? What if what if Baba G held you to that same?
Well, I'm not the black woman.
You are the same thing and held to the same responsibility as far as the rules and regulations of carbonation.
Definitely.
What if Baba G held you true, Musa, and loyal to those same?
We could never.
Why not?
We're the structure. We're the men. We can't.
Wait. So we can accept failure and weakness from our woman.
No.
Is that what you're saying? Because the woman runs the
saying
children.
that.
The women are over the children, which gives them even a harder job.
Right.
So the woman and men must need the equal amount of discipline. We cannot accept weakness from the woman.
That's a fact.
Why is this a double standard?
It's not that I
If
accept
Baba
that
G would not
I
hold
recognize
you,
it.
would Baba G would not hold you to what you just said,
Mhm.
and he pushes you and holds you to a certain degree, why would you not do it?
Do I allow you to be around me at all?
You just said it.
That's not what I
You just
said.
giving me.
What I was saying, this is what I was saying, is that I've learned to respect her over everything because of what we've gone through, what we've made it through, and she always stayed. She stayed. She doesn't quit. And that's something that I've learned that has earned
Well,
my
being in
respect.
carbonation, there's not much of an option for her.
Oh no.
It's not a whole bunch of guys to pick from.
No, I mean as far as like leave is like
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, there's something about Solar. I can talk about his physical all I want. That's what I went to when I said I love him. But it's something special about Solar that's not physical. It's about his mind. It's not even about anything. It's the way he analyzes his world. It's how he questions life. It helps me question life for myself. I don't know. Something.
Then how come you're not conforming? Why are you not cooperating? If Solar is such this good guy, then why are you every day being in conflict?
Boy wants Zoka bad, bro. Yeah, he does. That's what I told him. They won't let me type. They banned me, bro. They kicked you? Yeah, because I told him like, bitch, your boy wants Zoka bad.
What was that?
They won't let me type no more. Oh shit, it's typing again.
Can we speak up? Because I don't think the people heard that.
Because
Did you see it in the chat?
Solar's not Baba G.
What does that have to do with conflict? I want to understand that.
Right. She's done that to him too.
Really?
Absolutely.
She struggles regardless.
She does that with any person she's with in authority.
She's not allowed to.
She's done it to Baba G too.
She's what?
She's done it to
Fucking
Baba G.
Zoka, you the chief, bro. Solar,
He says she's what to Baba.
you the chief,
My
bro.
standards are very high too. You can't just pass my class.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah, there we go.
What was that? What was that?
Of course,
Solar, you the chief, bro. Speak up.
Oh, I see your comment. You're not blocked.
Oh, I didn't. I wrote
We have
again.
a special bond.
I'm not.
So would you like?
The motherfucking chief, bro.
Yeah, I think it's a Cancer moon.
More like fucking cucumber nation, nah.
I think
Fuck.
people can hear you here.
It feels like home with them too. I don't know. That's where I feel the most myself, most understood.
Where?
It's pass around
Are you
season.
saying you're most understood
Cup
where?
season.
Both of y'all are.
Okay.
When it's me and you alone, it's kind of like.
Well, I know with Baba G, you're faced with yourself. There's not this emotional bond,
Yeah.
and I think that's what you're aiming for. Both of you guys, you're aiming for the emotional bond, but you're looking for Baba G, but you want the emotional bond, and it doesn't go because with Baba G, you have to do it yourself and love yourself in order to even get close to him.
That's where the frustration comes in.
And then it's like, let me get the backup
Yeah.
where I can be with something where I can get emotional and somewhat the knowledge there too.
Yeah, why not want the best of this world? To me, that's how I feel.
Well, the best of both worlds is you.
Yeah. Because you won't even get the emotional thing without you feeling that way about yourself.
And
You have to
that's
find
why I learned
knowledge
the first. That's
to
why I
even have.
definitely learned that first time not to be so involved in the hugs and the kisses, and I kind of like stepped away. The second time, like, okay, I want to do that so much because I know how I am. I know how I can fall into that. So I do want to I did keep it like, okay, let's do this. Like you'll be like making the beat.
Here's what I know. Here's what I know. Here's what I know.
Oh, so okay, what's
When you're in a close bond with someone, that affection, that close bond, what you're doing is you're putting yourself into the person.
I see myself.
Let me finish. You're putting yourself into the person and expecting the person to to give you back what you're supposed to give you. I want you gotta open your mind to what I'm saying here. Think about it. When you're with a person the way you want them, deep emotional bond, you're trying to love and get to know yourself. Because all you're gonna do in that close bond is you're gonna put yourself so deeply into that other person. You're kissing, you're hugging, everything. You get so close to this person.
And that's what Solar was trying to do with her, and she denied it, bro.
That you put yourself there.
No. Soka is probably.
And then this is when we want to control the other person because we've put ourselves there. And if they don't respond the way we want them or need them to respond, it triggers something in us. And usually it's our traumas. The goal is to love yourself. So that when you meet someone,
5 minutes later, she'll come back. I'm sorry. It was this. You're right. My bad. And she apologized.
But this is a continuously thing happening.
It's like once a day.
Why she got her hand on her like, bro, you came over.
Sometimes it'll be.
And what do you think is going to happen by adding material to that?
It's going to be more push.
There's going to be more of that, more times of that, right?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Because now what you're doing is putting more pressure on what's not even something that's fixed within herself.
And what we're saying is that more pressure would be on Zoe. Zoe would be the one.
Right.
Zoe would be the one.
She would be afraid that everybody would be going to Zoe to try to get Zoe to stop. It would be you and Material taking care of the child.
And you see, this is when I talk to Zoe, things that I say to her are like, I'm 18, I have a certain standard. It's crazy you say that. I say that. I have a certain standard. You should be matching that standard. You should be just as excellent as me. You can't just take the rank and not live it out. So the women get the same rank as the men. I'm 18. You better start acting 18.
What I'm saying.
And so if she was to be that leader, she was to be that, which is all up and in and around her chart.
But she's too immature for that.
She gets
because water. It doesn't matter. Because water means that you know how to control your emotions as well.
That's what I said.
Even though you have water in your signs, the maturity level would allow you to be able to control emotions. Because you're emotional, you should be able to learn how to control those emotions. Even more. Because you're dealing with them all the time.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to control them.
Right. And it's crazy. This is a thing that I noticed. You can see all the potential in somebody, but until they see it themselves.
So add material to that.
It's like
add material to the already issues that are going on. She needs attention. She's coming here for attention. From that's what she is desiring from this relationship. Outside of that, she just be with Baba G. She's coming here for the attention. Do you have the attention to give both Zoka and material?
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to be focused on what I need to be focused on.
And your job.
Yeah, that's the thing. So that's like.
So there's going to be neglect here. There's going to be wounds open. There's going to be toxicity.
You won't get this kind of be looking for like that. You have to be focused on what I'm focused on to even.
Which means she'd have to develop herself on her own.
You'd have to match the standard.
Both of them have yet to develop themselves like you did on your own before entering a relationship for the relationship to be healthy for the collective.
My emotional maturity level is way high.
Material doesn't even believe in knowledge. You can test her right now, she'll fail.
Yeah.
Because she pulled out too early.
She's been focused on all these other sciences.
There's too much other people's information there she has to get rid of.
Yeah,
and
so
that means that she's here for emotional attention. And so is Zoka. Because without that, she would just be with Baba G. Isn't that right? Isn't that the difference between Solar and Baba G for you is the attention, right? It is. It's based in the attention and focus on you in a relationship, period. What is it? It's attention.
Bro.
Well, you can do that on your own. You can get in your zone on your own, can't you? Sometimes, so you're saying that you can't do it without someone else?
When you're in Babaji's life, it's about Babaji and like you have to. It's we cater.
What is Babaji though?
Babaji is like not like these are.
What is Babaji? Is Babaji a separate entity of you? Okay, so it's about Babaji. Right?
Speak, Ahsoka. There
Like
you
Bigo
go.
Babaji, it's about Babaji. Exactly. So what do you say? What do you really say? You're saying when you're with Solar, you could be in your own zone. And with Babaji, you can't be in your zone. But that's kind of like a disrespect to Solar because Solar has his own too. And you're as a wife, you're supposed to adopt his zone. Right. But with Solar, you're Babylon, basically. You're two entities.
No, I think
It's what she's saying is that
she's not articulating herself there.
no, that's what she's basically saying.
Because the project.
Is she? Aren't you saying that?
No, like when you're with me, you're this thing and I'm this thing. You're not focused on what I'm focused on.
Exactly. It's not his world you're in. You're in your world, in his world.
Which is
And what's that? And isn't his world Babaji's world? Tell me this. Tell me the difference.
so
Because I'm trying to add this up because 1 + 1 + 1 should equal 1.
right.
So you're saying his world seems like like your world, and
I
your world.
want to say what my world is.
Okay.
So my world is in Babaji's world. And my world is in Babaji's world because you know what? I like Babaji's world. I agree with everything he's doing. And I stand for that. So my world is Babaji's world. Now, my role
Well, I
in
think-
Babaji's world is that, number one, that my duties and my 18 responsibilities, which is, that's something that I feel like every man should do. Every man should
Whether you have to do that regardless.
Yes, yes. My other role in there is all around music. Now, this is where things do get interesting, is because music, certain crafts, doing certain presentations and things for the kingdom is where Zoe is very handy, very, very handy. And no, she doesn't need to be with me to do music either. They can. Most of the guys are getting their beats online right now. You see what I'm saying? There are certain things that I do that develop.
Ahsoka just blocked everything out. Nigga, that's that flower she's smelling. That fucking flower gave to him.
And this is what happens in your relationship. I see this little girl that's crying,
Yeah.
and she's when she doesn't get her way, she's obviously. Because obviously I'm saying certain things to trigger her, so we can see what's going on here. And she turns into this pouty little girl that can't get her way, and she turns it off and comes back on. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's just, this little girl comes up.
And what I'm doing.
How are you dealing with that?
So I know what to do with that. It's what she does is she'll stop communicating. She'll just give in.
She shut
give
down,
up,
right.
She'll just make herself the victim. So it's this victim thing that she's doing. She doesn't have to be the victim. She could
So she's not using the
take
knowledge.
control of this situation and make it work for her.
Right.
Like an 18-year-old. We wouldn't sit here and we wouldn't victimize ourselves. I wouldn't be like, oh, if he's against her, how is this?
How
not
long have you been part of
How can I
Carbonation?
make this work?
How long have you been part of Carbonation? So should you be further in your self-growth by now? As an individual. Not talking about in a relationship, but as an individual. The knowledge should have been more growth to you, right? And being with Solar, it should have shown that you've been growing more. But it seems to me that you're getting worse. Absolutely. I've never seen you like this. But where is the knowledge now in this moment? Where is Babaji's knowledge right now in this moment. When you're triggered, when you're emotional, where's the work that's being done? And this is what he's dealing with on a daily basis. And the other times when he's not dealing with this, he's dealing with his responsibilities as an 18 member. And that means if he was to ever give you all his time, he would be dealing with this all day. Because you're not doing the work and you're not holding your end of the bargain. You're not doing the work. You're not. You're lazy, you're not, you think you're spoiled, you think he's supposed to do it for you.
I can't give you that much time.
You can't give you that much time. So you're distracted by his responsibilities, helping him with his responsibilities. But when we sit down, we have a person here that's not doing the work. It's not applying the knowledge, not being mature, not fighting the fight that you came to fight, not here for what you're supposed to be here for.
Look like she's hurting, bro. She's sad.
She blocked this shit out. She don't want to hear this shit no more.
There should be far more growth with the knowledge, especially in front of the world. Right now, I see a little girl, an immature little girl, that does not display the energy of the knowledge that pertains, that encompasses carbonation. I'm not seeing the spirit of Babaji on her. And if this is his disciple, then she's embarrassing him in front of the world. And this is what's going on behind the scenes, and you're allowing it.
What about
Yes, you are. You're allowing it because you're not bringing it to the front and getting rid of that. You're harboring this because it's not something that's changing. You're saying she's doing good. This is not acceptable at all.
No, this
At
isn't
all.
what I'm talking about. This is what I'll say. This will happen. 5 minutes later, she'll come back and be like,
Right, but
all right,
okay, but it happens
yeah.
consecutively.
Yeah, at least once a day.
Okay, so that means that she's not sorry. If it happens over and over again, she's not sorry.
When she apologizes, that's what I tell her. I'm like, say that sorry, show it, do it.
Right, but this is happening on a consistent basis. She's not changing. She's not growing. What is going on here? This is your responsibility to bring it forth and be like, listen, Babaji, Dr. Bishop, someone, this is happening too much. So you have the good. You have the potentialities that you like about her. But then again, the constant, this,
but he make them hold that shit.
Yeah,
you don't think this is holding you guys' relationship back?
yes, I do.
How long? I mean, she's been here to handle somebody that doesn't know how to handle themselves.
Right, that's his wife, bro.
The issue is when it just happens again. You expect
So
something, you expect to change. And
No, you're not. And this is where the maturity comes in, and you're not understanding.
I understand. What I was saying is that the issue that it keeps happening, will keep happening.
Let me say something. You're trying to hold on to her for your power and your own reasons because this is good for your ego. And that has something to do with your son, Square Jupiter. I know all about it. And then you want to add material for egotistical greedy reasons.
That's the perspective.
It's not a perspective. It's the truth.
There's more to
Look
that.
deep down inside of yourself is the absolute truth. Because it makes no objective sense to take on not even Zoka.
If there is no camera rolling and we weren't online at all, I still do it.
What do you mean? Because you
I
haven't developed. What do you mean if there wasn't no cameras?
I don't need Zoka to feel good. I can prove it.
What do you mean? I never said no. It's not about Zoka. It's not about Zoka.
that.
It's about being like Babaji. You want to be like Babaji so bad that you keep the woman that is toxic for you. That's the issue here.
It's the overgiving that starts to kick in there, in that area. Yeah.
It's obvious that this is not healthy, but you're willing to take it on just to feel like Babaji.
Mm-hmm. And so I think,
Well, Babaji wouldn't do it.
yeah, and I see what you're saying, because I see how he would handle the situation.
Babaji would have been got rid of Zoka.
She wouldn't be able to deal with it.
He would never deal with Zoka. In this state, she could never be like that around him.
See what you're saying.
As soon as he's seeing that, he would get rid of her.
She wouldn't be able
It would be constant real nigga moments. You know about those.
And that's a standard that I have to say that I let down yet again. You know, I've done it before and I let it down.
But why does Solar keep allowing this to happen?
The standard I let down is like, I shouldn't.
You have to ask yourself why.
He don't let nobody talk. Every time somebody start talking,
Do you deserve better than that?
Definitely.
Does the tribe deserve better than that?
Definitely.
Then why aren't you being responsible enough and alpha enough to make that decision?
I think
You would have to be strong enough to make that decision, and that's what makes you alpha.
I see that.
Because you would have to have the self-discipline in yourself to overcome the greed.
To realize, look, you can't even be in my space. Really, it's what it should be. Being like this, you shouldn't be able to continuously hold my space.
Exactly.
You know, that's not allowed in my field. And I say that, and I'll kick her out the tent sometimes.
But you have to ask yourself why.
Yeah.
Why do you let her stay?
Why do I let her come back? I let her come back.
Is this behavior in this very moment right now acceptable?
No.
Because
her
she's
energy should be way
breaking,
different.
she's breaking the code, the policy here in Columbia.
Yeah, her energy should be way. Number one, she should be applying the knowledge to a level where she can't even have that.
It should be a subconscious reaction.
Exactly.
Conditioned yourself so much, it should be subconsciously or a subconscious action.
Yeah, this ain't news. Yeah.
She knows better.
Yeah, she knows.
But she's not doing it on purpose.
You just posted that.
And are you
Malia all the time. This
are
shit
you
is
pacifying?
double standard.
When I let her back, I can see why you're like, okay, well, I'm allowed to keep doing this because he's going to take me back anyway.
Exactly.
I see that. Even though she recovers fast.
Because I see her now doing it immediately. I've never seen her do it so
Watch,
immediately.
so
like that,
fucking-
so immediately.
What if Solar wants Melina, bro? Then what?
Like it's immediate. Like it's been doing. It's like a big habit. Like something that you've been doing on a regular.
Watch this.
Okay, but what's behind all her?
High school Melina?
Okay, should you have that many misunderstandings, or should you be someone intelligent to know how to
I
self-correct?
should be very.
If you don't know how to self-correct, right, then your immune system doesn't know how to self-correct. Because you are not one person. You are 50 million cells moving as one being. And you're expressing the collective of those beings.
Mm-hmm.
So if those beings behave like you, when a virus comes, which would be an issue, how do they respond? Do they know what to do in the moment?
Give Malia to Solar, then and see what the fuck happened. You
Or-
won't give that shit up.
Do they always have an issue? And then you have this. Then we have the skin. Then we have the skin thing. Right?
No, I like to see is that when I'll give her something, or I'll say something, I'll put her, we'll go through this whole scenario, right? We'll go through it all the way through the whole cycle, right? To where she comes back. And I'll trigger her, or I'll test her again.
Then you to pass Malia to
And she
Solar.
goes into this mode.
Motherfucker.
And I leave. Say she doesn't get kicked out of the team. Say I leave. I watch her from a distance sometimes. Sometimes I watch her and I see what she does. It's like a project to me sometimes. I have a Venus Aquarius. It's like a project to me sometimes. And I'll see her, see what she does. It's almost like she corrects herself faster when she knows she's not getting the attention. It's almost like she corrects herself faster when I'm not there. If I'm there, it's like she thinks that, well, let me just use the emotions to manipulate you in a situation or something like that. And I have noticed that when I'm not there, it's like,
So could you be a part of the stagnation or hindering her growth?
yeah, because it's like the
Should the
kid,
relationship be something she's hiding?
there's priorities.
I'm not hiding in a relationship.
Oh, you responded to that.
I know that's not true.
Why did you feel to respond to that? Hiding. The word hiding triggered you.
No, it didn't trigger me. I just.
It did because that's what you do. You hide.
What?
Because you have many.
She
The
said
word hide triggered you.
the hiding
It triggered
shit
you.
triggered her, and that's why she spoke.
No, what did she say? What did he say?
Because you hide.
about it?
You're hiding in a relationship. You're hiding from Babaji. You're hiding from the work that needs to be done. Listen, you guys are not You're not a female. You're a soul that happened to come into the form of a female. Are you a coward?
My coward.
Look up the definition of coward.
Yeah, Metro Boomin was over.
Yeah.
One who shows disgraceful fear or timid.
To me, it seems that you're scared to face yourself and your issues. The things deep rooted that cause the hurt and the pain. You refuse to look at those things and allow yourself to be possessed so easily.
I'm done typing.
The possession of negative thoughts and negative vibrations will always cause hurt. You're constantly being hurt because of your perspective. Your perspective is not in tune with carbonation's knowledge. Because you're hiding behind a void you're trying to fill, and it will never be filled. What is that void? Do you know it? Have you went that deep? What is it? The tears are showing that there's things that haven't been healed here still, that you won't allow to be healed because of fear, because of laziness, because of the 7 deadly sins. In this moment, under pressure, with the knowledge that you have, that you obtained, should you be crying? Yes or no? Or are you supposed to be held at a higher standard? Knowing what you know.
She's getting lazy.
What's making her lazy, Sora?
Someone else is doing the work for her.
Who's that someone else?
I always do the work for her.
So the relationship is not healthy. It's toxic.
If I'm fighting her demons all day, she won't fight her own. Yeah.
And what can we produce? What can produce from this relationship?
Can't make anything. That's not a solid foundation. The solid foundation is when 2 people are able to apply the knowledge at the same time. Then they can exist on the same frequency.
So are you saying that the relationship is a comfort for Zoka?
If she thinks that she can be like this
With you?
with me, yeah.
It's a hiding.
This isn't this
Hiding from the work that needs to be done. The
this doesn't
self
please me.
work. The spiritual path is a pathway of self work. Right now, in this moment, what you're doing is harming carbonation. It's harming biology in this very moment. Because it makes it seem that there's abuse being here. She needs to be saved. There's the same thing with Malia.
Mhm.
Right now, in this moment, these people can turn this into a weapon that can try to take down what we're doing. It can easily be read as she's being abused.
She's a victim.
Not abused.
She's a victim. Well, you
Have
can.
emotional emotional.
Yeah, but it's not about what you're saying in this moment. It's about what you're doing and how it reads off. And I don't know if you were looking in from yourself from a 5D perspective, but I need you to look at yourself. You look like someone's daughter that needs to be saved from a cult. To the people that is watching, it looks like a little girl that needs to be saved from a cult, from someone that's manipulating her and playing mind games with her. From the outside looking in, from someone that doesn't know our knowledge, doesn't know our perspective, Babaji's looking really bad right now. And this will be used to get us in the court of law.
Well, that's definitely not true.
Well, that's what you're saying when you're brainwashed, remember? People don't care about what you're saying, they care about what you're doing.
You can't think for yourself. So